Hello guys, what's up and welcome to the new tutorial from the SketchUpArchStudio. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how we can create some realistic exterior rendering in Enscape, very simple and easy. So this is the simple villa design that I have in here, and I created some type of scene before this tutorial, Enscape camera number 1. So when I click on it I can see this view, original view of my job. So this tutorial is the quick guide and tutorial for the beginners or advanced users. So let's get to work. I'm going to click on the Enscape in here, and this is the environment that I created in here. As you can see, all the personage, people, all the objects, assets, and other type of things like that. So in here we have some type of motorcycle, 2 people, 3 people, and some asset plus the clear pool in here, and let's get to work. I'm going to click on the view management at the left side and click on the Enscape camera number 1 for myself. So as you can see, this is the main view that we have in here. All of the sun position, sun power, and all the things is done. So let's get to rendering. I'm going to click on the visual setting in here, so like that, and I will reduce the field of view to focus on my house. Very simple and easy. The point is that I want to see these pool in my render. Very simple. So for doing this job you need to control the field of view. Very simple, someplace like that. So I think some number about 52 can be good, and I will turn on the save frame at the Enscape bar in here. So I want to use my 2-point perspective camera. So I will change the perspective on my projection from the 1-point perspective to the 2-point perspective. About the exposure, you need to fix your sun power, and after that fix your exposure. As you can see, when I move the visual setting to some place like that, for example, to see my job much better, when I increase the sun brightness, as you can see, we can see some type of burnout render in our job, and it's not really realistic at all. So for these type of renders, you can decrease the sun brightness and create some type of cloudy weather, but it's not really good, and I don't suggest it to you. If you want some sharp and live render, you can increase it about 70 to 90%. I prefer to use 84% for that. And night sky is not really useful in the daylight rendering. The fog option is not really useful because it's completely summer and we don't have any type of fog in here. Shadow sharpness. Look at these trees shadow in here, these leaves from these trees in my job. As you can see, when I increase the shadow sharpness, I can see better quality of the shadows, and I want this type of render in my job. So something about maybe 78% can be good. We don't have any type of artificial light brightness, so I can change it to the 122 for the interior objects and lights, not for the spotlights or other things like that. Ambient brightness can be increase your interior light and control it with the exterior sunlight. So if I want to test it for you right now, when I increase the ambient brightness, you can see some type of small changes in your interior design, in interior of your house. So something about 68 can be good, and the wind is some number about 6%. Totally we use wind in the animations, so in the renders it's not really effective, but I can increase it or decrease it. So I will close it, press F on my keyboard, click on the Enscape camera number 1, and close my view management. So now we have this type of render in here. So if I want to render it right now, I can do this job, but I want to work it much better. So I will click on the visual setting again. So I want to turn off the auto exposure and re-expose my screen manually. As you can see, the result is much realistic when you re-expose your screen manually. 22% can be good, and I want to increase rendering quality to the high mode, and you can see the final change is very simple and easy. So I think now it's good for the depth of field. So if I want to focus on this house, I must turn on the depth of field in here, and when I increase it, you can see some blur effects in your render, but it's on the autofocus and it's not really professional. If you want to render realistic in Enscape, you need to turn the autofocus off and play with the focal point. If you decrease it, your lens will be blur your far distance, and when you increase it, you can see some type of shiny bright line in your job. I want to focus on these personage and the walls, so 14.54 can be good, and the depth of field is about 9%. So everything is good for me. I will click on the image bar and turn on the auto contrast. As you can see, now we have better contrast on our 3D rendering. So actually this type of lighting related to the color temperature and summer. So when I decrease the color temperature, we will burn out and warm our render. So it's completely depend on your taste, but in the real world we don't have these type of images. For creating realistic images, you need to control your color temperature much professional than the past. 7400 Kelvin is good, and saturation is about 101%. So motion blur is not really useful, so I don't change it, and bloom option can be not affected in these type of renders, so I will turn it down to the 4%, and lens flare like the bloom can be decreased to the 22%. Vignette is about 24, and I will turn off the chromatic aberration because I need some sharp edges. What is the chromatic aberration? When you increase it, as you can see, if you focus on your edges, you can see some type of RGB channels, and it makes your render a little bit not sharp. So when you turn it to the 0, now you can see sharp edges in here. In the atmosphere, everything is done for me. When I increase the shadow sharpness on the high quality rendering, I can see better details on my shadows and my job. So I can do another job. I can decrease it to the 88%, come back to the image bar, turn off the auto contrast, increase the highlights a little bit, about 42 for example, and decrease the shadows, as you can see, like that. But when you do this job, maybe your render gets a little bit not realistic, so use the auto contrast is better. So in the sky option we have the clouds, and it's really important factor in our rendering. So for doing this job, I can click F on my keyboard, click on the Enscape camera number 1 in here, and make more sky in my render. How I can do this work? Very simple. You only need to increase the pitch option from, for example, 6.6 to the 12. And now your camera will be look to the upsides of your render, and it's really good. And you can see the reflections on your glasses much better than the past. The pitch is some number about maybe 13.6, something like that, and I will close it in here. So Enscape camera 1 edited for us, and now time for the final step, skies. So I will click on the visual setting, sky box, change it to the, for example, white cubes for better GI calculation. I need something about clear sky. So clouds is 0, cirrus amount is 0, and variety work with clouds. So when your density is 0, your variety is not working. So count rails related to the airplanes jet row in here. So I will change it to the 0, and everything is good. My file format is the JPG, and the resolution is Full HD. So I can turn on the auto exposure, re-expose my screen again, something like that, about 53%. So So I think everything is good, and now time for the rendering. So 51 degree for the field of view, and I have some problem with this bike in here. So I will click on the Enscape asset library, select this bike, and if colors, I don't know why colors not work for me right now, but you can change the color of it very simple and easy, or you can delete it. But for professional renders, I suggest to you don't delete your camera frames objects. So in the asset, I think everything is good. We don't need anything right now. And in the vehicles, maybe I can use some type of maybe a scooter in here, in this part of my render, and click on the apply changes. So some type of jobs like that can make your render much realistic. And for the ground floor, you can click on the vegetation and click on the tags and change your tag to the ground cover. So when you click on the ground cover, you can see many type of leaves ready for you, and you can use them on your water or on your surfaces. Right now, I want to use one of them on my water. For example, this one can be really good. I can fix it on my water like that. Click on the selection, select it, scale tool, and rescale it on my job. It takes a little bit time than you, but it can make your renders much better. So someplace like that, and click on the apply changes. As you can see, now we have this type of graph, and it's really wonderful. So I can press F another time, Enscape camera number 1, and you can see these small details can affect your realism in your 3D visualizing. For the ground, I can do this job another time. One problem in this render related to the colors about the floor. My pavement is the something like brown or gold, and my pool's frame is some type of gold stone. So it not match and mix with each other because I can't detect the edge of this pool between these pavements. So I must use some type of contrast color for my job. I will minimize the Enscape, maximize the SketchUp, and click on the Enscape material editor. So I think marble number 3 is my material, as you can see. So when I decrease the image fade, I can create some type of brighter material of my job, or I can change it to the, for example, 70% and change the tint color to the gray. For example, some type of these works can help you to create much realistic renders. It completely depends on your experience and experimental projects that you have done before. So it's a little bit architectural, but 46% can be match your job, and now you can see your pool much better than the past because you use some type of contrast color between your floor and pavement. So it's really good for now, and I can decrease the roughness, for example, to the some number about 12%, and now we have better view of this pool. So pay attention to these type of simple and small tips about your rendering because it's really affects your job. And slate gray, actually it's a gold related to the door frames. For example, I can change them to the white or to the dark gray. It completely depends on you. I prefer to change them to the white smoke and change the roughness to the 44 and the Metallica to the 66. Now we have better view of our render, and it's really useful in your jobs. So all the realistic results in the Enscape rendering or other type of softwares like the V-Ray, Corona, Lumion, or Unreal Engine related to the architectural knowledge. And you can imagine that when you increase your architectural knowledge, you will reach the better results in your rendering. So everything is good for me right now. And now I only want to click on the Enscape in here and add another type of simple tiny objects and assets on my floor about the vegetation and about the ground cover. I'm going to select this one, for example, and add it to my job in here, and another one, for example, near to the camera in here. So I will click on the apply changes and close it. So press F on your keyboard. Another time, select your main camera, and now you have some realistic render. So I will click on the visual setting. In the atmosphere, I can reduce the shadow sharpness a little bit, not too much, about 56 for example. Or you can click on the image, turn off the auto contrast, and decrease the shadows darkness in your job, negative 36, and the positive highlight about 44, or maybe 28. So this is your final render, this is your final job, but our edge is in here. So I will click on the Enscape asset library in this place, click on this asset, and move it a little bit to the right side of my render, something like that, and click on the apply changes. Now we have better focus on our image because you cover the center point of your picture. So everything is good, and I only want to click on the Enscape screenshot in here and save it on my desktop with some name about render N01 and press save. Creating these type of super realistic renders in Enscape only in a few minutes only takes you, I think, maybe under than 20 minutes to manage all of your materials, textures, and other type of things in your job. If this tutorial is useful for you, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. This is the final render that we created in this tutorial, and I think the quality of it is really good. If you want more quality, you can increase the resolution, aspect ratio, and other type of things like that. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. The SketchUpArchStudio is here. Thanks for watching and goodbye.